Good evening. Tonight we're going to create this card. I decided I wanted to try using the this is the white velvet sheets that you can get with it's available the month of December. And they're right here. And they're very beautiful. So tonight we're going to use this stamp set, these dies, some of this velvet, lovely velvet paper. Here's the stamp set. I am going to use just this little image right here tonight. And then on the dies, we're going to use this big die for this snowflake, this die for this snowflake. That's all the dies we're going to use of that set. And then I'm going to use this stamp set, and I got this image to stamp on the front. On the inside, I used this one, praying the season brings joy, peace, and love as we remember the wondrous gift of Christ the Lord. And then I used the Night Owl Thinlits dies, and I used this label punch for right here. So let's get started. At the end, I'll put up the list of supplies that I use. This is a very simple card. So, start out with Mary Merlot. This is the base, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. This is crumb cake, and it looks really quite thin because what I did was I cut the center out of it because I'm going to use the center on the inside, and I used some dies from the Stamps of Life. They have some rectangular shaped dies, Finlet dies that I really like. So let's get started. This is copper foil. What I did was put a really thin line of glue around the edge of this little frame. Doesn't take very much. And then we're going to center this piece on here. Just like so. I also cut the center out of this with the some dies from the Stamps of Life. And what you could do if you wanted is you could use this for something else, which is probably something I will do. Or you could take this, instead of cutting the center out, you can cut your little snowflake, this little snowflake. You could cut those out of the center, cut several of them. But I just had a small piece that I used to cut those. So anyway, we got that done. Now we're going to take our piece of, this is from the Joyous Noel, and it has the copper on it, so that's why I chose this copper foil, and we're just going to glue that to the top of our copper foil frames. We just need just a thin layer around the outside edge. And we're going to center that on there. There, just like so. Trying to adjust to the time change, and I'm awfully tired. It's amazing what an hour difference can make. And I still have some fast fuse, and what I'm going to do is put some here and some here. And then it looks like I did about 3/4 of an inch up. A little piece of ribbon. This is from the Tea Room ribbon. There's 2 colors in the set. And this is the very vanilla with the copper edge. And of course, you know me, I'm all thumbs when it comes to doing something like this. And I want it about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. That looks pretty good. It's a little higher than I want, so I'll just lower it a little bit here. Yeah. We just want to make sure it's straight, pretty much. Okay. Now that we've got that on there, we're going to add it to the front of our card base here. And I'm going to use fast fuse because there's several layers here. You could certainly use liquid glue if you want. I have a little bit of trouble with this. I really like it, but let me tell you. It's sticky. Now we're going to center this on the front of our card. Okay. And then we're going to take our snowflake and we're going to use Stampin' dimensionals on the back, and I've already put them on. I put 1 large one and then I put the 6 smaller ones around it. I thought this went really well with this paper and using the copper foil. I really liked it. And we're just going to center this on the front. Well, up high enough because you got to make room for your label, but center mostly side to side, like so. And then I cut out this snowflake from the copper foil, and I just put a glue dot on the back. Try to make sure it didn't stick where I don't want it, and I just centered it in the middle of this snowflake. And then I took our sentiment and I stamped this with Mary Merlot, and I put 3 Stampin' dimensionals on the back. And then I centered it over the top of my ribbon. Just like so. And I tied a little bow with this ribbon. And I put a glue dot on it. And I put it this way. Whoops! It stuck to me. We can fix that. There we go. And I just put it just like this on the very edge of that label. Then I took some of these metallic pearls and I put one, just put a few on here. Get this open. I put one in the center of this snowflake, and then one right here, and one right there. Okay, and then for the inside of the card, I have this piece, and I've already stamped my sentiment, and this is where I stamped the little snowflakes. And I just glued this piece to the center. Of this. Like so. And then I glue this piece to the center of the inside. Once you do that, your card's done. The only other thing I've done is I stamped the envelopes, and I'll show you what those look like. There you go. Very simple card, but I think it's quite elegant. What I did was I stamped the little snowflakes, this is in crumb cake, on the flap, and then I stamped them in the corner of the envelope. So that's our card for the evening. Very quick and simple. Let me show you the supply list. I don't want to forget to do that. Here's the list of supplies. Zoom in so you can read it. Remember that these Snow is Glistening stamp set and the Snowfall Thinlits and the White Velvet sheets, they're only available through the month of November or while supplies last. Okay. Zoom back out. If you're interested in ordering any of these, becoming a demonstrator, you can email me on elainescustomcards@gmail.com, or you can order on my website, elainedotson.stampinup.net. I would love to hear from you, so you can also find me on Facebook. You just look up my name, Elaine Dotson, and you should be able to find me on Facebook as well. So my blog is still not done. I'm still trying to figure out how to get stuff on there. And anyway, I hope you have a lovely evening, and let me know what you think of this card if you like it. And anyway, have a great day, and blessings to you. Thank you so much for watching.